Elvis, written by Helen May Bryan, illustrated by Chantal Begonia, published by P. Hen Publishing. Meet Elvis. Elvis is friendly, and Elvis is large. He loved his job at the local garage. He worked with his friends, Ringo and Paul. He was happy-go-lucky, no worries at all. Now Elvis had always lived in his town. He was known as the best mechanic around. He was cheerful, funny, and super strong. He could even pull broken cars along. Then one day, everything changed. The boss, Mick, arrived with his wife, Charmaine.
"I'm sorry, boys, we're moving away. You've all lost your jobs and must leave today."
Elvis was worried. What would he do? He worked at the garage but lived there too. He loved his job. He liked his home. He was scared and felt completely alone. Ringo and Paul were also sad. With no room at their house, they felt really bad.
"Oh, Elvis," they said, "where will you go?" "I'll be all right, boys. I'm tough, you know."
The next day, Elvis emptied his flat. He picked up his bags and said,
"Well, that's that."
As he left the garage and walked down the lane, he wondered if he'd ever be happy again. Elvis walked until it got dark. Once he was tired, he sat in the park. As it started to rain, he started to cry. But no one noticed. They all walked on by. Nobody realized it was Elvis sat there. He could have been anyone. They just didn't care. Then all of a sudden, someone sat down, and Elvis slowly turned around. "Hello," said a voice. "I'm Cilla. What's wrong?"
"I'm fine,"
sniffed Elvis.
"I'm big and I'm strong."
"I can see that," said Cilla, "and it's good to be proud. But I'd like to help you. Would that be allowed?" With a deep breath, Elvis started to chat. He explained the garage and his lovely old flat. When Elvis had finished, Cilla looked at her feet, and with tears in her eyes, she started to speak. "Listen, Elvis, I want you to know that I too lost my home not long ago. I slept in this park, right where we are. I used to lie on this bench and stare up at the stars. When you lose your job, your flat, your home, it's lonely and scary being here on your own. Someone helped me, and now I can help you. I do understand what you're going through. I stay in the shelter now on the main road to help people like us who have nowhere to go. Come back with me. They'd love you to stay. There's food, a warm bed, and games we can play." Elvis was nervous. He still wasn't sure, as Cilla led him up to a green door. As the door creaked open and he walked inside, he felt so small, but was too big to hide. His trunk was shaking, his tummy felt tight. But the shelter was lovely. It was friendly and bright.
"Welcome, Elvis. Don't worry. We'd love you to stay. Come and sit down. You've had a long day."
His omelette for dinner was tasty and warm. After he'd eaten, he started to yawn. Elvis was tired and got into bed.
"Thank goodness for Cilla,"
he thought in his head. And there we will leave him, safe and sound, How lucky that kindness and help were around. I want you to know that Elvis was fine. He'll get back on his feet all in good time. He doesn't know yet, but things will get better, starting with the arrival of a special letter.
Dear Elvis, I hope you are well. I wanted to meet you. My name is Miguel. I've just bought a garage and moved to the town, and I've heard you're the best mechanic around. I would love you to come and work for me. Could we meet? Yours sincerely,
The end.